купила данное благословение Луны, и сейчас мы можем спокойно... где тут воно у нас? Ну, короче, у меня в магазине сейчас, чтобы вы понимали, уже 960 цих брюликов. От було б у мене от так, ну і смотрите, як би у мене було б це 1680, я б купила бы вот этот наряд. Но у меня нет данного персонажа. И меня это расстраивает. А хотя данных персонажей можно ж и купить, по сути. Не только в баннере выбывать, но и покупать их можно. Насколько я так поняла. Так ведь? Но имеется... Я имею в виду Заоц и Блеск, Сянли и Фиш. Мне сейчас доступные. Я правильно поняла, что я покупаю и как бы, ну да, по одному я таки можу купити. Осталось в этом месяце, да, ну это Сен-Ли, но я не знаю. Я дождусь, возможно, Беннета, и чтобы там созвездие его хоть как-то прокачать. Просто я провтыкала эти моменты и тратила на вот эти штуки просто. Вот и все. У нас магазин обновился. Покупаем. Нет, не покупаем пока вместе. Нам не хватает, как бы... Сейчас покажу просто. 3 дня. Сейчас. И тут 1, если я куплю, там будет... Ага, это 6. Ну что, можем крутануть еще один разок Альхатайма, в принципе. Потому что я купила благословение, то есть, по сути... я сейчас даже можу купити в магазині от это одну штуку сейчас. Чтобы точно. И крутанем баннер. Просто-напросто. Тем более 70. У меня по идее за 3 дня. А ну-ка. 1, 2, 3. Кто выпадет? Золото? Фиолетовое. А ну-ка. Будем молиться, чтобы хотя бы сянька выпала тоді хотя бы. Так, 15. Ну нет. Ну не, только не я. Дайте мне сянку. Эх, ладно. 135. Я не знаю. Вот ей-богу, я не знаю. Давайте я куплю, так уж и быть. Ну тут 4 штуки. Упс. Так, ну ладно. Не буду пока торопиться покупать. У меня 60 есть. Мы будем потихоньку собирать, так сказать. Да. Мы сейчас еще проверим по камням и стокам. Это 13 штук таки можно купить. Блин, маловато. У меня гаранта просто не было. А поэтому мы, наверное... блин, может я зря сделала за 3 дня до вот этого. Это надо в остальный день делать или у предпоследний день. То есть, по сути, післязавтра таки можно будет крутануть. Но я так и думаю сделать. Крутануть. А что ж. У нас есть возможность все равно 10 штук насобирать. И то, что мы сейчас якобы, ну, потратим, ну, что поделать. Нам все равно дадут миссии, ивенты, события, там, где будет по-любому камни истока. Плюс, возможно, нам даже будут давать вот все переплетающие. Что ждем-с. А сейчас я предлагаю... Фу. Так. Что тут у нас? Где оно у нас? Можно повысить и как раз таки... Так, нет, это слишком много. Такс. Возвысить можно? Ну, вона дендро. Вот я хочу еще ее из-за этого взять. Что вона у нас дендро. Младшая ученица Владики песен з Китані, добрий, заботливий, маленький, взрослый. Дуже дивно, ну да и ладно. Давайте посмотрим по талантам, что в ней за атаки хоть. До 4 ударов копьем. Ага, вона копейщик у нас. Ага, так. Она может бросаться этим копьем. Буду знать. Так. Ага. Ну, вона мне не нужна толком. Стоп. Я могу сейчас забрать вот всю круточку. Да-да-да. Да, могу. И ей как раз таки нужен дендрокуб вот этот. Разлив артерии. Момент сопряжения. В смысле? Так, 14 дней. Я предлагаю вот... Я предлагаю просто взять и сейчас повыконывать дейлики по возможности. Просто прикол весь в том, что у нас... Так, ага. Я хочу побыстрее все пройти, чтобы уже до середи у мене було хоть щось пройдено, получено, как бы, так что... У нас еще и миссии, вот все встречи. Это где-то по 60, ну, думаю, где-то... Ну, так як там 60, там 40 и 40, то есть 140 камней и стока точно у нас есть. Я так скажу вам. Ну, то есть, если мы сейчас пройдем, то, как я думаю, 3 этих миссии, типа полностью концовки все, то у нас будет 140 камней и стока, по сути. Ну, сами посудите. О, это тут вообще пипец, я ж не знала. Такс. Все, мы всех тут одолели. Всех одолели. Хорошо. Такс. Просто проблема в том, что у нас теперь мало хп на диких персонажах. Поэтому я просто предлагаю сейчас взять то, что нам дает хпшку. Вот так вот. И все готово. Так, вот там и это испытание. Потом Фаруза нам нужно ще пройти будет. І потім знову до Кавиха вернемось, так сказать, і з ними ще пройдем миссию. Нам желательно просто до вот этого середы пройти оці 3 миссии. Такс. Вот так вот. Такс. Та блін, скільки ж можна? Такс. Такс. Угу. Такс. Ну, вроде бы все. Так ведь и еще один остался. А вот теперь точно все. Такс. Угу. Угу. Такс. Угу. Такс, кто хочет? Ага, я уже не хочу никого, но, тем более до себя в мир. Так что сорянчик, сорян. Но я пока не хочу по той причине, что мне нужно в мир до кого-то, а не ко мне в мир. Не нужно эту одолеть бал, так сказать. Вот. Я не знаю, что мне делать и по этому поводу. Я буду смотреть, что можно сделать. По мне нужно ульту люмин прокачать якомога быстрее. Просто вот чем вся суть. Стоп, давайте-ка посмотрим, может там это покажет мне эти материалы. Я думаю, где-то здесь оно должно быть. Матеріал, який возвишає. Да, воно здесь показується. Не, в нас... Так, это что у нас? Электропапоротник, ага, вечные механизмы. Да, в нас на електрохонта ми так і не сходили. Кажуть, цілі сходили, но тільки ми другое улучшили. Скорее всего, мы прокачали у Люмин талант второй, нежели ульту. Или ульту качнули. Хм. Мы можем вторую ульту, ой, второй навык прокачать и не париться, в принципе. В смысле, вы смахиваете клинком и выпускаете острые, как бритва, листья, нанося дентро урон перед собой. Ну это то, что надо. Да-да-да. Возможно, я второй талант прокачаю, не... Стоп. Что? Глаз Бога? Нет, созвездие звездный путник. Группы тоже нету. Искатель приключений, дорога опасностей. Ладно, давайте миссию. Миссия. Такс. Йдемо, шукаємо те все. Так, ага. Я просто смотрю, что тут и як. Так, там папоротник у нас. Все. Так, а там что у нас? Ага. Ой, тут у нас рыбалка дозволена. Ага. Ну давайте начнем. Такс. Ага, там хилищепури восседают. А мы вот так вот. Так, ладно. Угу. Такс. Угу. Угу. Так, ладно. Такс. Далеко, но мы сейчас по-быстрому хоп-хоп и уже будем там, так сказать. Как вариант, сейчас можно приземлиться на крышу вот этого домика и вниз спуститься нормально. Ну или же долететь уже вот так вот. Так, зона уводяния где? Не нужен сундук. Но зону не вижу. Зоны нема. Что же делать и нам, я не знаю. Такс. Так, стоп. Где? Угу. Все, теперь можно спокойно идти вот цю миссию последнюю выконать и уже Фарузан. И уже на Фарузан идти выполнять ясную миссию. У нас все одно еще бейдо осталось и от это зеленоволосая, по идее. Так что в принципе у нас достаточно будет камней истока. Такс. Сейчас восстановим выносливость. И сможем нормально. Все. Ми виконали. Тепер йдемо забирати наше оце все. Потому что послезавтра у нас заканчивается боевой пропуск, как бы. То есть получается один день у нас перерыв, да, во вторник. И в среду с обновлением, что очень-очень хорошо, так сказать. Так, но в среду, конечно, ждать придется, пока еще обновится. Вот в чем вся проблемка есть еще одна. То есть в среду не факт, что я просто буду играть. Ой, не факт. Возможно, я буду ждать, пока у меня скачается эта установка, точнее обнова именно самой. Так что как-то так. Что там у нас уже 19, 193. Боже, это так долго. Ну что поделать. Угу. Угу. Такс. Погнали на миссии оці. Угу.
Even though most of the academia's restrictions have significantly relaxed, I need to stay here to keep an eye on the situation. Kale, can you head to Sumeru City? I'd only assign a job this important to someone I trust.
Oh no, I'm fine. I've completely recovered. It's just...
I know. You'll have a tough time if you go by yourself. If we could arrange for someone to accompany you...
Oh, hey there!
It's been a while. What a coincidence. I was just thinking about asking you to accompany Kale to Sumeru City. Sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just that this matter concerns research banned by the academia. Also, you happen to know about this situation. There are very few people I can trust to be discreet right now. It's complicated, and this isn't the best place to talk. You might have heard about her in Sumeru before. Her name is Faris. Let's just say that a huge part of Kasharawar's mechanical research over the past... She is, but she vanished for 100 years because of a certain incident. She only returned to the academia after being found in the wilderness a few years ago. Because of that, her current personality can be a bit,
I'm getting a headache just thinking.
She doesn't have bad intentions, so you don't have to be scared.
I'll try.
Yes. Kasharawar and Spontamod research. However, Farazan isn't influenced by modern thinking. In our previous course, it's already past our arranged meeting time. But she still I don't think so. With her personality, Anyway, can you go with Kale to the academia?
Thank goodness.
I'm counting on you two. Our task is important. After all, if she's
All right.
Такс. Я швидше хочу пройти оце все по той причині, що хотя мы возможно пройдем у Фарузан еще одну концовку, потому что я так понимаю, что лучше всего сейчас так и сделать. Скавихом, в принципі, місія, ну, більш-менш понятно, о чому буде місія.
Sorry, what did you say? Oh, could you repeat yourself?
Farzan, I said that you need to give us an answer.
Yes. And did you forget to add madam?
Your hearing is perfectly fine. Madam Farzan, we don't want to make things difficult for you. Isn't this rather problematic as an advisor? Never mind the students, even other
And who, if I may ask, complained? If they have any issue with me, tell them to talk to me You don't have to tell me anything. I very well know that it's those people from Haravatat. How I wish they...
But Madam Farzan, it has been a long while.
Academic contribution cannot simply be divided between the tangible and the intangible. In any case, it makes no sense to use a metric like this to evaluate a mentor.
Wait! Madam Farzan, please.
That's her, all right. But the person with her doesn't look... Shh! She hates it when people call her... Her body apparently stopped aging during the year she was gone. So that's why she looks the same as she... Okay.
Anyway, Akara Crafts and the leader of Kasharawar would like to invite you to collaborate on... They're wondering if you'd be interested.
Ah, Kale! Why are you here at the Academia? I'm much better, Madam Farzan. Have you been sleeping well? You seem to be developing some eye bags. Is that brat type? No, it's because I'm a slow learner. It's not... It's good to be hardworking, but you need to take care of your health. And is... Oh, I've heard much about you before. It is thanks to you, after all, that the Academia is finally getting back on its feet.
Madam Far...
I'd wager it's those Kasharawar dunderheads finding excuses so that I'd go to their darshan. Say no more.
If you're this unwilling to participate in the... It might be difficult to teach a course with... You can teach a course or participate in a collaborative project.
Could you not give me a few more days to consider? This matter has...
That's precisely the issue.
What a waste of free time these folks are. Now you two are here at Tainari's behest, I take it. I'm sorry, but... Of course. I shall need some time to... What now? She seems so busy. Master said there's no rush, but I know that he's been busy working on something at Paradise DI, so he hasn't returned to Gandharvaville for several days. I feel for Madame Farza, but if I get her in trouble with the Yeah, that would be the best for them both. I'll check with Master later and see if there's anything I can help him with. But I'm sure he'll say, the best thing you can do... Huh? Oh yes! This way she can get her problem sorted out quickly, and then she can go see Master. So if I also stay and help... Okay then. I have to teach students from Haravatat, or owe Kasharawar a favor. It strikes me that they might be even less happy about such a deal than I... We're back, Madame Farazan. The Traveler said that she can stay and help... Oh! Why, I couldn't ask for more. In fact, I'm rather curious about the type of person the Traveler is. Is that so? Good. Now, should I apply to teach a course with Haravatat, or join the collaborative project that Kasharawar is proposing?
You might have heard of it before. Haravatat is an academic faction that researches languages in Rune.
Now, not was. Still am.
Yes, of course. But current Haravatat students can't really... understand her...
In summary, I mean to interpret the configurations and solutions of ruin mechanisms via the deciphering of on-site stone carvings and unearthed documents. It'll include research into general...
The research method is supported by Haravatat, yes. Also, the unexplored ruins left now...
They're far too complacent. Ancient mechanisms are more... I'm telling you, things weren't like this 100 years ago. All researchers back then were interested in exploring knowledge from a variety of topics. Nowadays, all people are interested in are mainstream subjects in popular research. Even if they attended my course, I wouldn't be interested in teaching them. Also, the people here think... Why, I think they could all stand to learn from Kale. She's a hard-working child and respects her elders. Huh? What? those who came to my lectures were more like you. Speaking of which, are you feeling better? You don't... I just remembered that I... Are you telling me to start a reading course for Kale?
Huh? Wait. Although Tainari has academic dealings with the academia, he isn't considered part of it. This means that Kale isn't technically a student.
No, she's right. The old academia became consumed by their arrogance precisely. There must surely be many people like Kale and Sumeru who are passionate about learning, but cannot... The old academia paid no heed to them. But if I start a reading course for Kale as a pilot, perhaps this shall come to benefit many more people in the future. Oh, save yourself the extra trouble. I'll come with you. If there's any arguments to be had, Traveler, Kale... wait! I can't believe she rushed right in after we arrived. She's really headstrong. No, not really. Madame Farazan is a brilliant scholar. Even Master thinks so. If she's really going to teach me how to read, it's just that she can get a bit too passionate sometimes. I don't know how to handle that. Maybe it's because she wants to take me in. It's just like that researcher said. The academia has completely changed during the 100... I don't really get it, but it does seem like Haravatat's students aren't optimistic about... Students who are interested in mechanisms and applications of the elements generally enroll in... Madame Farazan also refuses to accept... But she seems to like my attitude toward learning. It's because I'm a slow learner that I have no choice but to stay up late and study. It's not that. Madame Farazan respects my choices. She hasn't been trying to persuade me, especially since she knows she sometimes brings food to Gandharvaville for me. And each time she's... Now that you mention it does... Kale, Traveler, thank you for waiting. I argued with the higher-ups and convinced them of the practicality and necessity of educating the general public. If I'm not mistaken, they're the students of my classmates' students. They're a lot less forceful than their predecessors, though. Amazing. It's just that we need to fill in every single page of the application. It's been a century, but the academia... Let's see now. What do we need to fill in? That's a bit too general, I'd say. After all, this class's target audience isn't toddlers or... As such, we'll need a more specific learning objective. How? That's true. If we use children's teaching materials, we'll only end up wasting a lot... And you have your job as a forest ranger, Kale. People who attend this course in the future are also likely to have life commitments. We need more effective... Master always tells me that practice is the best way to learn. That's why I often ask him to help me find... It must have been difficult to get books in Sumeru in recent years, no? Tainari really... Expanding literacy is a capital notion. Now that the academia is easing restrictions on the circulation of books, there should be more people. So that's next on the list. I fear that I'm at a loss as to which books youngsters like nowadays. With the Legend of Fair. Me? I've been reading light novels from Inazuma. I heard that ever since we were allowed to sell books in Sumeru again, some people set up stalled light novels. This is my first time hearing about such a thing, but I doubt I will procure suit. Wait for us, Madame Forrest! You wouldn't think someone as fast as her is over 100. Let's pick up the pace and catch up to her! What a long and mildly ungrammatical title. And why is the cover so colorful?
Is this your first time seeing a light novel, ma'am? Oh, they're the most popular books.
Fine. One shouldn't judge a book by its cover up.
Of course. Why don't you try this one? It's Outlander Brigade.
I heard that this book's author describes... Now, I've only skimmed through a few pages, but it feels like it's... The protagonist just ends up fighting in every scene with no proper build-up. Will anyone even enjoy a story that's only comprised of fights?
How about... the good thing about being reincarnated...
A reincarnation isekai story? Those are pretty popular. Isekai? What in the world is that? Tropes? Those fictional... sorry. However, this book doesn't explain how reincarnation correlates to becoming stronger. Such an illogical rule will affect the coherence of...
how about this? I had to fight tooth and nail to get this and...
Oh! That's the latest volume of Oni... Now that's a rather normal title length. Yes, but... I don't like it that much. Madam? Let me see. The dialogue flows quite third eye of perception. I also thought those names were strange when I was reading them. It's impossible to derive the meaning of these phrases in isolation. Also, they're more protagonists purposely create these strange names to disorient their foes. So there's no deeper purpose. You're right. It's such a weird... Even the most popular book in Sumeru back then had greater... Yes! A Bahumano researcher wrote it while researching. The plot had many twists. The world building was fantastic, and even the writing could withstand scrutiny. What even the sages back then all described the story as a timeless classic. The series...
Is there a book like that in Sumeru? I've never heard of such a thing before.
It's called Tales of Shariar. Do you sell it here?
Tales of Shariar?
About 100 years ago.
100 years ago? Are you pulling my leg? What's the...
The legend of Antara is popular to this very day, isn't it? I just heard someone telling it a few days ago. If an old story like that is still being shared, then Tales of Shariar must...
Even if that is the case,
What? Is that because of the act? I can't believe they've allowed the people of Sumeru to become so...
Tales of Shariar. I mean, it is a book from 100 years ago. Why don't you try...
Tales of Shariar is considered an antique now? How could the Academia have let such an excellent work of... Traveler, Kale, I'm going to get to... Madam, wait! Oh, no. You asked me why I'm scared of Madame Farazan, right? It's because... I'm afraid of that ancient language she researches, because I can barely understand any of it. What if she uses ancient... Even so, what if
Такс.
Found it! The 5th volume of Tales of Shariar! Wow, you actually...
I never thought this book would ever get...
All right, that's our teaching material secured. We also now know what to call this course. And luckily the language being used here isn't... As long as the writing is good, readers won't need any illustrations to imagine the scenes. Worry not, I shall thoroughly explain the difficult sections. You'll like this. After all this time. I wonder if Aaliyah and Aziz ended up... Sir, do you have the subsequent volumes of this series? Is that so? And here I thought I could finally... If I'm to use it as a teaching material, it's better to start earlier in the series.
I don't...
Is this series really that popular?
No. It's not popular at all.
No demand? Impossible. Back then, I'd come across at least...
Seriously? No one told me that...
Where did you get this from? Can you still contact the seller?
I'm afraid not. This book was sold together with a whole bunch of antique furniture. Otherwise, the Matra would have come knocking. Wait, is this book actually worth a lot?
That's impossible. No matter how strict the Academia was, there's no...
I do remember a passerby skimming through the book a few days ago.
He sighed? Why would he react like... I'm sorry. Traveler, Kale, please give me... Why is there another misunderstanding between Aaliyah and Aziz? Oh, and a new character is introduced with no foreshadowing at all? Is this really the Tales of Shariar?
Well, that passerby reacted in much the... It's Mada from the cafe over there. You know, the fellow who spends all day telling the legend. Since that's also a very old story, maybe he knows a thing or two about that, Tales...
Then let's go ask around at the cafe. Huh? Yes. Let's go.
Так, сейчас мы все тут проверим. Так, вот это кафе. Так, я даже не знаю. Сейчас пройти Фарузан, я думала, будет быстрее, но это так долго, и это все, тем более в городе.
Another day, another empty room.
Excuse me? But are you Mada?
Yes! Are you here to listen to my story?
Well...
I see.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'm used to it more.
Do you know about Tales of Shariar?
Huh? Tales of Shariar? My master always talked about how incredibly popular that—
Your master?
Yes, the one who taught me how to be a storyteller. He said that Tales of Shariar. He also said that this great-great-grandmaster was an academia researcher, and that even the sages liked the series. He wrote 4 volumes back then, and the reviews just got better and better. You couldn't find a—
And then? What happened next? Why does—
Oh, it's hard to tell when it comes to trends. One day, instead of writing a proper ending, this great-great-grandmaster kept trying to extend this to tap into popular trends. He added a lot of tropes. Then
How could that be? Then what happened?
In the end, there's no ending. The great-great-grandmaster tried to write a few more volumes, following whatever. He got so infuriated that he's—
What? So there's no ending?
Anyway, the only tangible thing, he also left behind my master, but even he won't recite.
So, Antara's story is the one that lasted through the years.
Well, not even sages can definitively ascertain the quality of something like a story. In the end, only time can separate the classics from the fads.
Only time? Madame Farazan? It's been 100 years. Perhaps some things I once believed to be great aren't so after all.
Thanks.
Yeah! Master helped me no matter how good those stories are. Huh. That is true. Readers' interests and trends of a time are not what was popular 100 years ago could be completely forgotten in modern times. And yet, 100 years as far as history is concerned is but a blink of an eye. If Tales of Shariar hadn't chased after trends and instead stuck to its original style from start to finish, it might have stood some chance of gaining renewed popularity. No, even if that didn't happen, at least it would be a work that was true to itself. Huh? Our conversation just got a lot more serious. How unseemly. I almost got carried away because of a single book. No, it's... Kale, you found a book that you liked at the book... Yes, but then we'll use that book as our teaching material. Now that I think about it, using a book that you like... As for the academia, as long as we come up with an appropriate course name, we should be able to get away with this. My, it sounds like you've dealt with the academia before. Now then, let's return to the book vendor and... But if I wish to use it as teaching material, I have to... Huh? Speaking of which, other than third eye of perception and illusory mirror, I also aspire such things as... Even if it reminds me of my dark history, I still can't help but be drawn in by the story. And why do people use dark history to refer to awkward or embarrassing memories? Is this some slang that would... If one of our learning objectives was researching linguistic changes over the past 100 years, it might make it easier to get these books approved as teaching material.
Oh, I can tell you what that's all about. Apparently, in their youth, some people used to imagine themselves as someone burdened by fate, fighting against the world, etc. But as they grew older, they started to become embarrassed by such memories. Some would write those fantasies into novels, while others would entrust such tales to tree hollows.
Mata? You know, I suddenly have the urge to hear a story about Antara. Huh? Why so suddenly?
I knew it. There will always be people who love the golden oldies. Now.
Я поняла. Я еще казала, что мы еще один разок пройдем отсюда, как бы вторую концовку получим. Нужно подивитися, з якої щастя її можна буде получить і пойти, а возможно и за Лейлой сейчас взяться, як вариант, или кавер. У Лейли просто 6 концовок, а не 5, поэтому ее надо на одну концовку больше сделать. То есть 2 пройти концовки, як вариант. Так что предлагаю сейчас... Такс. Давайте посмотрим, что тут и как тут. Ага, и здесь уже у нас... Ага. Угу. А может это наверху у нас будет... Ай, наверху такого нету. Я поняла. Такс.
What now? She seems... Master said there's no rush. I feel for Madame Farazan. But if I get her in trouble with the academia, then she won't have the time to help Master. What should I do?
Так, а нам надо было привести же.
But if someone does complain to the academia, wouldn't it make Farazan's situation more awkward? And if the academia investigated and found her at Party's DI, do you have some way to invite her over to Party's DI without stepping on the academia's toes? Okay then. I have to teach students from Haravatat. Madame Farazan, we're back. Sorry for asking again, but are you sure you... Well, since you're asking me so
Please, Madame Farazan, focus. Today's the deadline. Huh?
Yes. Why, that lad didn't make it very clear in his letter, now did he? Otherwise, I would have reported it as part of my... Yeah, that's right!
Wait. Opportunities for collaborative research don't just... Also, there isn't much overlap between Madame Farazan's research and that of Immorto.
Master, a fully automated irrigation system.
A fully automated
Precisely. It's a system that can automatically adjust the amount of water. I saw a similar mechanism while exploring a ruin in the rainforest.
A mechanism like that exists?
I found it 100 years ago. So it's only natural that you don't know about it.
but we can't prove its existence.
Fret not. I'll have Tainari write an official proposal to...
An official proposal. Fine. We haven't made any I'll go inform my superiors now.
Sure. I'll be sure to needle him.
Такс, а ну-ка.
Even though this is our first meeting, I must say, wow! You made up that excuse on the... Who knows? It's been 100... Huh? I'll let Tainari worry about whatever documents... If I'm right, the request he has in store for me won't be any simpler than the academia nonsense. Oh, wow! Where did that come from?
Такс. Где там он? Ага.
We're back! Huh? Where did he go?
You don't have to shout. Well, you got here much faster than I...
Thanks to the Traveler, I was able to,
On to others?
we can discuss that later. You're looking for me because of the thing you...
That's right.
Такс. Тут два задания у нас будет просто. То, что из Фарусан помочь ее делам, и плюс вот тут, ну, то есть в академии, и второй это помочь технарию. Вот и все. Ну, как-то так я поняла. Это уже было у нас подобное.
Don't be scared, Kale. This is the mechanical life form the Traveler and I say. It's the final work of a late junior of mine.
You mean Abatui? He must have been a genius to create one of such polish all by himself. It's uncommon that a Spontamod researcher is able to create such an intricate machine. If he were still around, we could probably... Something seems wrong here. Have you been maintaining it?
Karkata has been lying down like this since a few days ago. It could be. I've taken a few courses conducted by Spontamod before, so I've managed to perform some passable repairs. My knowledge can only prevent its condition from deteriorating any further.
Not necessarily. Mechanical life forms are created using techniques. There are multiple modules here that influence each other. A simplistic knowledge of mechanisms will not serve here. You know that as well. Each mechanical life form is very different from the next. So even I cannot be sure if my understanding of mechanical life forms is going to be of any use to our little crab friend here. Karkata. Can you all go outside for a minute? I need a bit of space. Before I do a thorough check, everything we've just said is but conjecture.
All right. We're counting on you, Madame Farazan.
Такс.
We'll wait here till Farazan finishes her inspection. In the meantime, I'd like to talk to you about her past, huh? Quite a few people in the academia know about what happened to her. I've told you before that she had disappeared for 100 years, right? From her perspective, her exact words were...
That ruin was crawling with traps and coded inscriptions from... I did all I could to decipher the code and deactivate the traps to escape the ruin. I lost track of time and I ran out of pen and paper. In the end, I had to use stone shards to write on the walls and on the floor to decipher the code. Then, before I realized it, I ran out of space on the walls and floor. I had to count. After that, my memory started to become fuzzy.
She doesn't remember anything else, including the location of the ruin, and how she finally met. When she was found in the outskirts of Sumeru a few years ago, she looked exactly the same as she did 100 years prior. However, she was in a stupor. The academia speculates that she must have gotten trapped in an unknown ruin, and because of the ruin's special properties that halted her aging, she was able to use them. Though she had finally broken free, 100 years had passed. Everyone she knew and in the end, even the academia had to rely on century-old records. Don't make that face. I'm not telling you this because I want to drum up sympathy. Rather, she sees that period of entrapment as an experimental error. Even after going through so much, she's due to changes over the years. And what I want to say is that no matter what era we're in, she has her own deep understanding.
Master, Madame Farazan's done.
Oh, let's head over. With
I never thought that I'd encounter a restitution module once again after 100 years. If my guess is correct, this mechanical life form has displayed attempts at self-sustenance before, right?
It used them for something else, but as far as its design goes,
I knew it. If I'm not wrong, Karkata's issue lies with its Abatui's modified this module extensively, but the core parts and design philosophy are very similar to the principles as I know them. The creators of the Ruins machine once tried to create a perpetual mechanism that could replace life or even the restitution module is the result of one of their it replicates the behavior of living things to achieve a self-repair function. However, energy consumption? For example, a living thing's heart can deliver nutrients and blood to various... Once the heart is damaged, it'll be hard for that living thing to heal itself, and even the function of other organs can be affected. Thus, the attempt wasn't widely adopted. Even 100 years ago, I'd only... Based on my current research, I'll need to swap out the damaged parts in the... But like I just said, the model is rare. Even by the standards of ancient machines, finding suitable parts would be... One can only...
Abatui was, for a time, quite...
You mean to say he found a restitution module in the desert? But the desert's huge! How, according to the Academia's records, no similar parts have been found in the Great Red Sand over the past 100 years.
I do know that a Vahumana researcher formed an expedition team after the sandstorms and earthquakes subsided. They are...
Should we ask them if they've made any... The chances are slim. But it's at least more...
His name is Raid. I think he's stationed at the northeast part of the Hypostyle Desert. Let's go look for him once Karkata settles down.
Oh, you and Kale should probably stay. Karkata's condition may be stable, but it would still be better if some of us stay to look after it. Besides, you still need to take care of the trouble that the Academia left for me.
Trouble from the Academia? I thought you said that you pawned it off to someone else. Wait. Don't tell me.
I'll let Kale fill you in on the details. I look forward to seeing your work, Tainari.
Так, а ну-ка. Так, а ну-ка. Так, а ну-ка. Тут, ага.
What is this?
Halt! Mr. Raid's permission is required to proceed any further. That still won't do. Mr. Raid told us to keep people away.
Damage the site? I've excavated more ruins than you've visited restaurants. Which batch of...
He isn't at the campsite now. You should all leave.
What a stubborn guy. You're right. Even if there is new information, we still have to wait for him to come back so we can ask him about it. I'm going to give that Raid a good talking to when he gets back.
Halt! Mr. Raid's permission is required to proceed any...
Так мы не шли туда.
That machine looks amazing. Could it be the location seems to fit too?
Adventure time.
The ruins. Don't know anything. We were only... Forget excavation. They won't even let us get close to the...
This area used to be ravaged by frequent sandstorms. They say that this was done by a single traveler.
Well, I found out everything I could. Is there anything that stands out to you? Ruin Wanderer. That's the first time I've heard that name. It's a bit far away, and I can't really say for sure.
Huh? What are you guys doing back here? I wouldn't blame you for not knowing about it, youngsters. It's said that this monster, the Ruin Wanderer, traversed through various ruins for centuries. Some said that it was like a giant, while others said that then, about 10 years ago, we stopped hearing any news about it in Sumeru. No one has seen it since then, and the legend has since faded into memory. You youngsters probably don't know about the Ruin Wanderer nowadays, but it was famous for centuries.
Centuries? Impossible. I heard nothing about it back then. It could only have been around for a few decades at most.
Wait, back then?
Indulge my curiosity for a moment. Why do you think that wreckage is the Ruin Wanderer?
Well, I had also heard that secondhand from...
You heard that nonsense from the Eremites after they got drunk, right?
Who are you?
Madam Faruzan, it is a pleasure. I'm Raid, the one who organized this archaeological expedition. I'd heard of you at the Academia, but I didn't expect to run into you here. Truly, it is an honor. And this must be the famous traveler, I presume. What brings the...
Have you found any special contraptions and relics in the ruins that you've been...
I'm ashamed to say that we haven't found anything no...
Really? That ruin...
I'm afraid those are mere rumors. Really, I sometimes... The wise do not buy into rumors, so it is said. I believe that you too,
It is also said that real knowledge shall come from practice. I can help you research the excavated relics and see if I can find out any... You can take credit for any new discoveries. I believe this offer to...
In truth, I could ask for nothing but... However, you two must be tired after a long journey. I'd feel... It's getting late and my subordinates and I are heading back to the camp to rest. Why don't you find a... There's a tent that the villagers occasionally use to rest. It's a bit simple, yes, but...
Since you need to rest as well, let's do just...
Так, ага, оце вона. Ну, що я можу сказати?
Are they trying to prevent the villagers from eavesdropping on them? This suits us just fine, though. This way, they won't overhear our conversations either. Now, I have my suspicions about this archaeological expedition team and that machine wreckage. I only caught a quick glimpse, and it was from a distance. But based on the condition of the armor and joints, it didn't seem like something that had been lying around for centuries. At most, I'd estimate that it only stopped moving about a dozen years ago. Yes, the timing coincides with the spreading of the legend. Now, assuming that it really is the Ruin Wanderer, how do you suppose it was able to maintain a relatively... That's right! Technically speaking, well, this was over 100 years ago. It also helped me deliver letters home. Honestly, people in ancient times might have already saw... Had I confronted Raid right there and then, he would have said that he couldn't tell that the machine was special. Then he'd just hand... If the wreckage were to be handed to the Academia, it'd be much tougher for us to do research on it or get spare parts for... Anyway, we should figure out what they're planning before making our next move. They insisted that we should stay the night, which means if they're trying to pull a fast one on us, they're likely to try tonight. Are those sounds coming from the excavation site? I knew they wouldn't be able to wait. They must be not a single person guarding the campsite. I'll see if they left any clues behind at their camp. Keep watch and help me stall them if it comes to that, which... All right. Off we go!
Why isn't the tent here yet? We need to switch it out tonight.
It's still on the way. I'm afraid this is the first time.
You good-for-nothings are just a load of trouble, aren't you? We wouldn't have to hurry up and hide our current tent and deliver the new one to me tonight, no matter...
Huh? Who's there?
I'm sorry. I'm just a bit upset because my subordinates aren't doing their jobs properly. It's nothing. Just a tent. We didn't pack up all our tents from the last campsite. Some of them, someone damaged our current tent, so I'm trying to get my subordinates to get one from that previous campsite delivered here. The relics in the ruins are highly valuable, so I'm worried that treasure hoard... Well, these things... Speaking of which, I'd like to ask, is the Academia really aware that you've traversed through the desert to come here in the middle of... Also, where's Farazan?
I'm right here. Also, you forgot to address me as Madam.
Sorry, Madam.
You were all making so much noise that I couldn't sleep, which is why I got the Traveler to find out what was going on.
I'm very sorry for...
Good. Come on, Traveler. Yes, we came to check out the situation, didn't we? We should get better rest so that we'll have energy to investigate.
Adventure time!
Thanks for dealing with them. Now, I found something good on my end. These are the According to them, the ruins have been raided before, with numerous... I also observed the wreckage up close earlier. The weathering is nowhere near as extensive as on the relics that have been burned. There's no doubt that the wreckage in the ruins don't belong to the same era. Instead, it could have fallen into a trap or encountered a glitch within the ruins, remaining stationary like that until it was discovered recently. However, I still don't know why they'd want to hide it. I have no doubt that the last few pages of the excavation records are written in code, which I still need time to decipher. It's just wordplay, and if anything...
Help! Please help! Why are you running away?
What's that sound? The Ruin Wanderer? That's impossible! Is this the work of some kind of hidden mechanism? Never mind. What? ignored the trap.
Why is it chasing after us?
What could have caused it to reactivate? It to give—
Darn it! Hey, come on, you lot! It's clear that we can't—
It stopped?
Hey, you guys, get up there.
But what if it suddenly moved?
Looks like this thing's parts can't have— When it first reactivated, I was wondering if it'd be as amazing as the
Disappointing, you say? Now, is that because you won't be able to sell it for much?
Faru-san, you may be my senior as an academia—
You wrote these excavation records, did you not? Or perhaps calling it a ledger might— January 5th. 3 tents sold. January 10th. 1 special tent pre-sold. It must quickly be switched out with an old tent. You're supposed to be an archaeological expedition team, and yet here you are, secretly selling the— When you believed that you had found the wreckage of the ruined wanderer, you tried to switch in wreckage that you had excavated previously to pull the wool over the Academia's eyes. After all, there would probably be many that forced you to speed up your pace when you tried to complete the switch overnight before I could investigate the wreckage. In your haste, however, you accidentally activated the ruined wanderer instead. Did I get that all right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You lack the curiosity befitting a man of knowledge, nor do you have respect for mechanical life forms.
Ridiculous.
Mr. Raid!
Behind you? Why is it moving again? Run!
То есть, что случилось и с Раидом?
Some said that it was like a giant, while others said that it was like a beast. However, none do.
Technically speaking, the module shouldn't be able to move such a large machine chassis. However, I'm basing my knowledge— Centuries? Impossible. I heard nothing about it back then. It could only have been around for a few decades at most.
Why is it chasing after us?
So you've been looking for me this whole time? Long time no see, Tamimi.
Dear Farazan, I hope you're— It has been over 20 years since you went missing. People from the academia keep telling us to give up, but somehow, I feel you've always been persistent, able to shine no matter— Unfortunately, I likely won't be able to welcome you home when you do. I don't have much time. Only Tamimi is still the same as before, always running off to places which your teacher and friends came up with an idea to remodel Tamimi, so it can search for you. You didn't like coming home back then and would always get Tamimi to send a letter back. Now we're leaving a letter with Tamimi. I don't know the answer to that question, but if you ever read this letter, I hope— I regret not being able to say this to you myself, but I'll still be—
Welcome home, Farazan. Look at you, Tamimi. I've safely received the letters. Tamimi, the mechanical life form I encountered back then. When I met with that accident, it was on the way to deliver a letter for me. I didn't expect my teacher and others to remodel its self-repair function, and so, in order to— Tamimi, which used to be incapable of deliver these last letters from them to me. The strain to support such a huge body must have turned out to be too— Even after the remodeling, its restitution module still can't function perfectly in perpetuity. It has been pushing itself just like a living being. Mechanical life forms have a limited life. It most likely only reactivated because it detected my presence. And then it mustered up Tainari told you what happened to me. You don't have to apologize. Besides, I've always treated it as a failed experiment. However, finding out that so many— Can you head back to Pardis DI first? We've been here for a while, and it's— As for me, I want to stay—
Так, я, пожалуй, отлучусь на несколько минут, где-то на 10, на 15, но я вернусь. Скоро буду.
Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Let's go find some treasure. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Let's go find some treasure. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Let's go find some treasure. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Let's go find some treasure. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Let's go find some treasure. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Let's go find some treasure. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Let's go find some treasure. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Let's go find some treasure. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Let's go find some treasure. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Let's go find some treasure. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Benny's adventure team, assemble!
Так, я вернулась. Давайте мы тоді вернемся в цей парадис. Так, как-то так.
Weather is not bad today.
Так, идем, давайте, нам надо сейчас тут это все сделать. Так, а где вони? Ага.
You're back.
Ah, how was your journey through the... So, Madame Farazan has some other things to settle. All right. And to think that Raid...
Madame Farazan will be able to repair Carcado.
Так, ждем-с. Один день. Такс.
I'm back. What? Is there to be no welcoming party? Madame Farazan. That's more like it. Now, here are some components I brought back from the desert.
So this is a relic of an ancient civilization.
Unscrupulous, huh? Sounds like you already told them what happened. Is that so? Thank you. We will... It's nothing. I've already given all the evidence we have against Raid to the Academia. They're going to be very busy. I'll start repairing Karkata then. Kale, of course. You're here. Thank you for keeping Tamimi a secret. If I tell them about Tamimi, will they still feel happy for Karkata? Even if we could convince them to accept the I don't want my past to affect people in the present. That applies to both me and other people. It's fine. I once believed that I'd never hear from my old... However, I might be disappointing them if I... Besides, you're like... Oh... Once Karkata's condition stabilizes, I'll find a chance to tell Tainari and Kale about all that. But for now, just help me keep this secret. Thank you. Whether it's I suppose I should consider myself quite fortunate. The only time when I felt otherwise was when I had just returned to Sumeru. No one came to check up on me then. Yeah, I'm home.
Так. Так, мы заберем сейчас тут нагороду цю. И я предлагаю так, кавер. Давайте посмотрим, где у него там. Ага. Вот, сверху у нас и концовка якась. Я же еще не... Так, где він там? Так, ну-ка.
We meet again. Huh? That's what we wanted to ask you. There's no need for us to
Believe me, I didn't... All right.
There's a library? Funded... I've heard that the Academia will be looking...
You're right. The desert is too vast. And what's more, all I know is that I don't have much longer left on this world. So I just wanted you... I didn't want you to know that I came from the desert.
To the point that you even disguised your identity?
When I first came to Sumeru City, someone agreed to take on the project. After that, I heard I spent a while collecting... By the way, how did you know?
Just a hunch. A while ago, I ran into someone who was living in a pretty... He said that he had no way to pay, and after that, he even borrowed Mora from me twice more. According to him, I looked like an easy talk.
Those kinds of things do happen.
It's all right. We were also scammed. Ultimately, neither of our experience... Yeah, you'll find both. Anyway, I digress.
That's what I was afraid of initially. Yes. I eventually understood. I've done the math and know that we should be able... So, I decided...
By cobbled together...
To be honest, all I want is to build this life. A while ago, I know the desert life. So even if the Academia would take them in...
Yes. My father passed away at an early age. I'm sure a child coming all the way from the desert. But let's bring this back to the building itself. I think building it according to the current plan will be quite costly. Sponsor the project? You mean convince wealthy... That does make sense. What do you think? If we can find a...
It's all fine with me, but what...
Well... You're right. If I really think about it... Her? Hard pass. With her shrewd and greedy personality, she would never put... Now there's an idea. Let's go and pay...
Такс. Ну и... далеченько, далеченько, такс. Такс, а ну-ка.
Now, when I saw Kaveh, I almost thought it must be that time of month again. Sadly for me, I must wait a few more days before I can collect my ship.
Hey, can't you think of something else for a change? What is the point of wealth?
That's exactly right. Or, if you ask me, this place...
You're hopeless.
Oh, so you have an actual reason to visit merchants? Why? Oh, I see. So you're...
I knew you wouldn't be interested in something like this.
Sure, I can connect you with some folks, but with...
A fee? You mean...
Of course! Making introductions means using my connections, and since we've known each other for so long, though, I'll give you a huge returning customer discount.
500,000? I get... Besides, by helping us out, you'd be doing a great service to the public.
Very well. 3 of my business partners came by earlier today to discuss some things with me, and they still haven't left yet. I'll arrange a meeting.
Thank you.
You can wait here. I'll bring them over to you.
Dory gave us a brief introduction about the two of you. To be frank, I don't feel like there's an obvious business opportunity here, but since...
All right, here's the situation. I've been commissioned to build a library in the desert.
So it's a...
Correct.
Then the commission fees will likely be very low.
I'm not too concerned about how much I'll get for the commission fees, actually. I'm fine with doing it for free.
So what? You can't pop... Besides, what does a library in the desert have to do with us? If you want to build it...
Hey, there's no need to be so harsh. They are Dory's associates, after all. Here, can you tell us a bit more about what we can gain? So we'd mostly be doing it for reputation and...
Well, just speaking for myself, I've got...
I also have a concern. It feels like there's not much to profit from it.
Then how about this? What if, instead of building a single library...
Wouldn't that just cost...
Yes, but
I'll just give an example. If we were to build a library and a school near Aru Village, a whole suite of buildings will be able to host more traffic, and thus drive the economic development of the entire area. In turn, I've been to the desert several times, although there are still many lingering tensions between the two.
Education in the desert is indeed an industry that has not been...
And you just believe anything he tells you?
Even the greenest amateurs know that urban planning will affect population flow.
You...
Hey, why are you starting to sound like I'll hate them?
Wait, something just occurred to me. But it seems we're not the only ones with our eyes on the village. I heard a rumor a while.
What?
What?
In other words, if we try to join the fray now, there won't be much left for us. If we want to build a suite of buildings focused on education and culture,
Then there's no hurry. We can wait for Aru Village to develop more first and get in.
Is there nothing else to discuss? Great timing! I pretty much heard all I want.
I'll be off as well. If you have any new ideas...
it seems like the others are not interested in funding this, so no point in me doing this on my own.
Hey, guys! Well, what can I say? I guess it went somewhat as expected. Yeah, it's just another day doing... Looks like we'll have to figure out...
How did the meeting go? Want to talk about it? Oh, where did all that passion go from earlier?
Please don't tell me that you're here to...
What kind of person do you take me for? With the kind and cheddar, you can try to talk up the project all you want, but the facts will remain the same. This project is high investment with slow returns. No.
This isn't just a business project. Also, if you already knew no one would want to partner with us, why...
You might want to remember...
I'll pay back every last coin that I...
Alright, since you're so devastated about this, I'll set you up for dinner. In fact, I'll be inviting the most famous merchant in...
What? So...
Follow me. Oh,
Такс, ага, это якась там женщина, или что, или як?
this is the place.
You said you're going to introduce us to the most famous...
You still don't get it, huh? The most famous...
Huh? So you meant your...
Well, I've given it some thought, and that complex of it'll be a pretty big war, I think, and I'll have to fund it all on my own, but...
Seriously? Where's this generosity coming from so suddenly?
The reasons are not important. However, you know just as well as me that once this project actually breaks ground, it'll start sucking more from my...
I get it. I won't charge any commission fees.
Splendid! Then let's...
This way, the children of the desert will have... Of course, there are a few things... I must thank you as well, Dory. Now, let's have a quick discussion. Where would you want the...
There's no rush. I'll provide you with a copy of the deed.
Huh? The deed? So hold on a sec. The person...
Oh my, did I not tell you about that? Yep, yours truly has been buying up all the land. So, from my perspective, this has been a great turn of events.
But what about my commission fees?
Huh? Didn't you waive those yourself? I was just gonna say that to cut costs. We mustn't procrastinate and should start construction as soon as possible. But before I could finish my sentence, you volunteered to waive your commission fee.
It's obvious that you used every trick in the book to deceive me.
Huh? You really think so? Well, the contract's already been signed, so there's...
Fine. I'm going to order the best dishes and booze this place has to offer, and lots of it. Tonight?
Такс. Это мы прошли. Такс. Ой, стопы. Что тут у нас есть? Я в скором времени буду заканчивать, где-то в 5 часов, так что придется... А ну-ка. Такс. Ага.
Finally. Wait, I guess I'll come back tomorrow to I see. Alright then, let's meet. Time to look at the letter. There's a red stamp on it. This is wonderful. Let's take a look at. Thank you. Questionable. Okay. Let's see. However, considering that you're dead, follow the hints I've. Consider the effort you put in. What the? It's absolutely right about everything. But I'm running out of time. Good point. Why else? Supposedly, everyone who's been... That means the Celia is someone who's very strict and serious about knowledge. But who knows if it's really true? And if I... but there's... After all... It's Cecilia we're talking about. According to... Sorry. Okay, Layla. We have two possible leads right now. The red stamp bears the Retawahist emblem, which is used by a lot of people. It'll be... Let's go and make an inquiry.
Мы ж пошли по другому пути уже, так ведь? А ну-ка. Да, мы пошли по другим путем. Даже так оно и написано. Чудово. Такс. А ну-ка, ну-ка, ну-ка.
Hi there.
Yes, of course. However, I feel like...
Sure.
There are a few known traits of the wisdom. It's extremely athletic. Lastly, it has a number...
That doesn't...
Well, it is a legend after all. But these aren't just made up, you know. There have been many sightings.
Has anyone seen what it actually looks like? Or what kind of person it is?
Not that I know of. No one's been able to get close to it. It seems like it tries to stay out of sight. I would probably want to remain a mystery too, if I were someone as legendary as the Wisdom Sealy. So what do you make of it? Have you seen it somewhere as well?
No. We're probably gonna need some time to digest all the, incredible information you've...
Not a problem. I trust that you'll quickly discover the excitement of slowly unraveling the truth.
Такс. А ну-ка, что этот нам скажет?
Hi there.
Do I really look like the kind of student?
Oh,
Well, I do happen to have some information. Huh? Logically, that has nothing. I just don't want others to see me as some.
I don't really think that...
Well, I spend most. One time, late at night, a black shadow. Of course, I was a little sleepy. Then, the shadow quickly circled behind me. Yes, it was unbelievable. But given how popular the legend of the Sealy has become lately.
Don't take this the wrong way, but... Doesn't the House of Dana have a door?
It was closed that night. I suppose even the House of Dana needs...
I see. But what were you...
Don't look so surprised.
Anyway...
You're welcome.
Такс. И вот тут у нас еще есть одна.
Oh, hello there.
Hello.
Oh, are you also here to invest?
Also?
Yes, I myself am also quite... Given you're Ratawa, his student, I'm sure you know that a lot of research... I have looked into it, but...
Is there any chance the Sealy could have taken the...
Not likely. That would be almost impossible. The House of Dana is extremely strict about the circulation of its books. And even if it managed to figure out a way to take the books without leaving any record, it's possible that someone would come looking to borrow. If someone discovers that a book is missing or that it doesn't match my inventory record. However, it might be possible.
Okay. This is... Okay. Everyone's given us some things we heard were pretty... Yeah. Okay. Calm down, Layla. First, let's try to figure out the seal. Then, we'll analyze where it's been sighted and its motives. Finally, from there, we should be able to predict... It's been to the Chatrakham cave, the I think... Book circulation is strictly regulated. The stamp. Which... Okay. First, based on the information Katayun, the possibility of it being someone outside the Darshan can be next, leaving its creep. In other words, it's the question that I submit. So based on this reasoning, all we have to do is wait for it at the... it's not... but, I'll tell...
Ну, давай, экран, загружайся. Ну, мы-то знаем по первому прохождению, в принципе. Сейчас, куда там нам? Угу. Такс. Угу.
The weather today is perfect for observation. Let's see if it shows up. Honestly, spending it, but we don't really get some sleep if you're tired. Thanks. Sure, we hardly saw it. No matter how conclusive the evidence, they're probably. It's like I told you. I have a severe sleeping. I try to understand what something is actively. Maybe that something is. For all I know, I could even be the seal. Would the Sealy be willing to help me? Huh? Of course it would be nice, but that's impossible. Huh? What's wrong? Yeah. And to think I could have been working on my thesis this whole time. My step. Please stop. Oh, come on. Oh no. I'm. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, what's wrong? You look like... What are you talking about? What do you mean the other, Layla? Fine. It appears that you were waiting for me. I promise I don't mean any harm and I'll answer all your questions. But before that, let me think. Okay, I got it. You two found this. Was this your idea? Or I see. Yes, she's always... Alright. That... That's right. Though I didn't... You see, Layla doesn't have... Unfortunately... I can instantly tell which students are asking serious questions. My time to move freely is quite limited, so it's only... My intention is to help you. Infiltrating the House of Dana was a total accident. She'd forgotten an important book in the House of... I had no choice but to scale the walls with some simple climbing ropes and sneak in from... I had no idea there was still a student inside. I had no choice. Any clear evidence of my existence. As for the special... Well then, does that answer all your questions? You see, her emotion, if she knew that there's a... She could think, maybe I should just... She might start thinking about... After all, she and no one knows her greatest strength more than I do. I trust that she's capable. She actually discovered... Oh, please don't share any of this with her. I would like... Thank you for doing this. She seems to be waking up now. Did I... Oh, I see. Was I sleepwalking? I don't believe you. You said you were gonna help me, didn't you? Please tell me.
Такс. Ага. Ну что ж, пожалуй, на этом я буду заканчивать. Так что до скорой встречи, а также подпишись на канал и поставь мне лайки. Всем удачки. Пока-пока. Увидимся в скором времени.